Hello viewers, welcome to my channel which is Joya's Kitchen. I hope you are all doing very happy, very healthy. Today I'm gonna show you one of my favorite paratha, which is actually mincemeat stuffed beetroot paratha, or you can call like beetroot paratha with stuffing. This unbelievably tasty paratha is really yummy. Like, you know, we have aloo paratha or gobi paratha or cauliflower paratha. It's different kind of paratha we have, and we put different kind of stuffing, but one of this paratha is amazing. So I'm going to show you the easiest way how I do it. Just stay with me and enjoy the whole process. I took here one pre-cooked shop-bought beetroot, which is actually boiled. You can go for like a normal fresh beetroot and you can boil it, but this is easy for me. That's why I took like this one. And this is just pre-boiled, as I said, it's ready. And 4 beetroot is inside this one packet. So I have to make my beetroot a very smooth paste. So what I done, I put it in a blender and I added a little bit of water, and just now I'm gonna blend it, and it's gonna be a very smooth paste, and you need to make it very smooth paste. At the same time, in a large bowl, I already added here 4 cup of plain flour. This is just regular plain flour, or you can go for like normal whole grain red roti flour as well. I don't have, that's why I'm using just normal plain flour. At the same time, I'm gonna use some spices in my flour, which is around 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoon of ajwain. Ajwain is a very typical Indian spice, and that gives a really toasty kind of flavor in the paratha. This is, you can go any Asian shop, you're gonna find it very easily in the spice section, or in any kind of grocery nowadays they sell these things. It looks like cumin seed, but it's smaller than cumin seed, and that one have a very distinctive, like really good flavor. And at the same time, I took here around 1.5 teaspoon of sugar as well. So these all ingredients gonna go into my flour. At the same time, I took here a little bit, like around 1 cup of warm water. It's not cold water, it's a little bit like warm water, lukewarm. That's gonna help to bind my flour. At the same time, I'm gonna add here around 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or any kind of oil in my flour. And this is the paste which I made earlier, my beetroot with a little bit of water. And now I'm gonna add everything gradually in my flour, and I'm gonna make like a normal roti or paratha kind of dough. Don't add water first, because if this mixture is enough for your flour, that's fine. If you think like your flour is still a little bit dry, then you add like gradually a little bit of water. So I'm just mixing everything, and I'm gonna make it like a dough. So I was been kneading my flour nearly 10 minutes, and that's how it looks now. And now I'm gonna cover it and keep it in a corner at least 15 to 20 minutes before I make my paratha. This is very important. Don't make your paratha directly. Just give it a little bit time to be soft and become like together. So yeah, I'm coming back after 20 minutes. For the stuffing, I'm adding here actually a turkey mince or turkey mince meat. You can go for minced chicken, you can go for minced lamb, minced beef, anything you like. But I quite like turkey meat because turkey meat is really like kind of like a solid texture. That's why. And I took 1 packet of it. You can go take like 1 kilo or half kilo, the amount of paratha you're gonna make anyway. And at the same time, I took here actually 3 chopped onion. I need quite a lot of onion for this stuffing, because I like when you make any kind of paratha with stuffing, it's good if you add a little bit of onion, because that tastes really nice and sweet. So yes, I'm adding around like 3 to 4 large onion, and which is finely or roughly sliced. And I added here 3 to 4 green chili, chopped green chili. I really like a little bit of green chili flavor in my stuffing, but if you are not a spice kind of person, you can skip it, or you can add a little bit of bell pepper, but try to add a little bit green chili. And the spice I'm adding here is actually 2 teaspoons of coriander seed powder, around 2 teaspoons, yes. And salt, taste wise, I'm not saying how much salt, like 2-3 teaspoons of salt, around 2 teaspoons of crushed black pepper, around half teaspoon of nutmeg powder. Nutmeg powder is very important, that gives really different kind of flavor in the stuffing. And 1 teaspoon of Chinese tasting salt. This is the Chinese tasting salt we use usually in our Chinese cooking. So yeah, these are the spices I'm using. At the same time, I need 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, 1 teaspoon of garlic paste. So I already added 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and at first I'm gonna fry my onion and green chili for 1 minute. I don't need to make it golden brown, just a little bit soft, that's it. So after 1 minute of frying, that's how my onion looks, and now I'm gonna add my minced meat here. So I already added all my minced turkey here. As I said, this onion need to be a little bit crunchy in my stuffing. If you follow my recipe, trust me, if you make your stuffing just like that, you're gonna be shocked how amazing or how delicious it tastes. You don't need to break your onion too much. Just after 1 minute, add the meat and fry it. At the same time, I'm gonna add my ginger garlic paste as well here, because this minced meat cooks so fast, so I have to give my ginger garlic a little bit of time to go all the raw flavor from it. So I'm gonna fry it for 2 to 3 minutes, then I'm coming back. So after 3 minutes of frying, you can see my meat already changes colors and it's quite more than half done actually. And this is the time I'm gonna add all my other powdered spices, which is black pepper. You can actually add a little bit of garam masala or red chili powder, but trust me, if you make this stuffing, it's so good. It's just very less spiced, but trust me, it's amazingly flavorful. So I'm telling you, you just make this stuffing and enjoy your paratha with this stuffing. But if you can go for chili powder, turmeric powder, or you can add whatever spice you like. And now I'm gonna fry my meat for another 3 minutes. After that, my meat or stuffing gonna be done. So after another 3 minutes of frying, that's how my meat looks. And what I'm doing, I'm just using one potato crusher just to crush all the lumps from my meat, because when I'm gonna make the paratha, the meat need to be very finely minced, and there is quite big lumps as soon as you put it in the hob. So that's why I'm just trying to break all the big lumps from my minced meat, and after that it's gonna be ready. But honestly, my stuffing is ready. And try to make it a little bit dry, because if your stuffing is watery, that can break your paratha. So you have to make sure that your stuffing is really dry and there's no water or no juice. So it's ready. So now I'm gonna make my stuffing cold, because I can't use hot stuffing inside my paratha. That's why I'm coming back after like 15-20 minutes. So my dough was rested nearly 20 minutes, as I said, and now I'm just kneading it a little bit more, like around 2 minutes. I'm gonna knead it before I make my paratha. So I just make the ball, and as I said, whenever you make any kind of paratha with stuffing, you have to actually make your paratha quite thick, and you have to take quite big chunk of dough. You can't make it too thin, otherwise it's gonna break and it's gonna be disaster. So that's how my paratha. Look at the color, how look it good. It look like naturally purple, good color. So I'm just gonna knead it before I put the stuffing inside my dough balls. If you are better than me making paratha, go for it, because I'm not brilliant to make any kind of stuffed paratha, but I am gradually improving my skills, so it's fine. So I'm just trying to make a big hole in the middle, and as I said, this paratha need to be a little bit thick, otherwise when I'm doing this part it can break, and and because my dough was in a rest, that's why it's really elastic, like a rubber. So I'm just putting around 1 tablespoon of stuffing inside, and don't put too much stuffing, otherwise you also gonna end up breaking your paratha. Just put how much it can take. So I'm just trying to press it, and then I'm just gonna, from other side, I'm just gonna take one part of the paratha or one part of the dough, and then I'm just gonna keep pressing it, keep pushing it with my other finger, and then I'm gonna joint it with other side of the paratha. So you can see one finger I'm using just to press my stuffing, and another hand I'm just using to take the part of the paratha dough. So now you just try to press it, and in this time you have to press it quite hard, because if there is any hole when you're gonna press it to make the paratha, it can break. So you can see now I'm just doing it like normal dough balls. I'm making it like a normal dough balls. In that case, there is no holes or no you don't need to be afraid that it's gonna break. So my dough ball is ready, and now I'm just gonna put some dry flour, because obviously I can't do it without dry flour. It's gonna stick with my board. So Now I'm just gonna make like a paratha shape, or give a paratha shape. I think everyone know how to make paratha anyway nowadays. So yeah. So to fry my paratha, I'm not gonna deep fry it obviously. I'm just gonna use really less oil. You can go for ghee, you can go for butter, but I'm actually using just normal regular vegetable oil because I try to be healthy. So that's why. And after brushing a little bit of oil in my frying pan, I'm just gonna put my paratha very safely on top of it because already my pan is hot. And it's gonna take, you have to fry your paratha in really low heat, otherwise your dough gonna be really raw and you can smell it. So you have to make sure your heat is very moderate, and then you're gonna fry it slowly. I'm just trying to show you another one. Look how I'm doing it. And don't worry, it's not gonna break. You know, if you know how to make roti or paratha or any kind of pastries, this is a similar process. So just now I'm gonna fry it, and after that it's gonna be done. I'm gonna make all of them now slowly. Look how round it comes out. It's really pretty and really good. So here you go guys, this is my minced meat stuffed beetroot paratha is ready for you. And as you noticed, it was not very complicated. I chose the very simple and easy way, as I do for any other recipes. It's really yummy and dish, and you can eat it as a snack, as a dinner, as a lunch, or you can take as a tiffin as well with you. If you are going for picnic, this can be one of the best picnic dish. And trust me, this is very yummy. Just make a cup of tea, or you can serve just like me with a stick of cucumber, some garlic pickle, and some beetroots. So this is one of the healthy paratha dish. Just go for it and enjoy with your whole family. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And yes, just make this dish and enjoy. And yeah, bye bye, take care, tada, be positive, and thanks for watching my video.